like thinking about all these things. All right. So, anyways, I saw this post and she was pumping her gas and she was like, before this business, I couldn't even afford gas and now it works, picks up the tab. And I was like, wait, huh? Like, what? Because at the time I was struggling. I was a college student. I was taking 18 credits of science and I was in paramedic school. So I wanted to be a doctor. And it's a long story, but I really didn't want to be a doctor. I wanted to be a doctor. Dad passed with cancer, and honestly, like, I just thought, okay, like, I'm going to be a doctor and, like, get rid of everybody's cancer. Obviously, that's not really how it works, but I was going to be, like, this life-changing doctor, and I think that it was just, like, a kind of, like, something I wanted to do for him and not so much for myself. So I also wanted to make a lot of money and prove myself because I came from a family that didn't make a lot of money. So I was like, yeah, I'm just going to make all the money. I'm going to be a doctor. Everybody's going to know me because I was not popular in high school. I was like, peace out, y'all. I'm about to be a doctor, and y'all all going to come crawling back to me. Anyways, I found this business, and I started while I was in college. I was messaging people, like, walking to class. Whenever I had time, I was tutoring. I was shadowing a doctor. I was studying. For my classes, I had to go to tutoring all the time because I literally was not that smart. Like, it took me a long time to get stuff. So, but I liked studying stuff, and that's why, I was, like, the book nerd type girl. But anyway, so found this business. I signed up. I didn't even know what the heck I signed up for. Like, I just joined because I needed money. My car was breaking down, but I couldn't afford the gas to, like, put in the car to begin with, so I needed the gas first, and then I'd try to upgrade the car. So anyways, the first, I would say, month of my business, I enrolled probably 2 customers. I didn't believe in myself. I was like, man, this sucks. Like, I told myself that, it didn't work. And I was like, yeah, whatever. I'm just going to – honestly, like, I gave myself a time frame. I was like, if I don't make my $99 back in, like, a month, I quit. And then my enroller was so nice to me. She was always trying to help me. And so, at that point, I kind of broke down because I was like, crap, like, this has to work for me because I don't have another, option because with the school and tutoring and the shadowing and the studying for the MCAT to be a doctor, like, I legit did not have time for an actual job, and I needed to make money because nobody was helping me. So that's when my enroller was like, you need to self-develop, you need to start actually working, you need to, like, because I had goals. I was like, man, I'm going to be diamond, and I talked about it all the time. But I didn't put in the work that, like, I needed to put in to be a diamond or be, that person. So then I had to back up and, a lot of times my enroller would be honest with me. She would be like, look, like, you have to you can't just say things. You have to back it up with, like, work. So then while I was in college doing all this stuff, like, literally I would get up an hour early to post. I would do all this stuff. And I ended up going diamond while in school, while doing all this stuff in 4 months. I think it was my 4th month, my 4th full month. I went diamond. I averaged $2,000 a month, and I was like, all right, forget school. Because I was not doing well. I kept, I kept, like, changing my major because, like, I couldn't figure it out. Like, I literally just couldn't figure it out, and I was, like, twirling in debt. Like, I just couldn't figure it out. And I was like, you know what? I really enjoy this. I'm really passionate about this. I think I'm just going to, like, stop the school thing, and I'm going to do this. That was the best decision I've ever made. Am I saying that you need to quit school? Absolutely not. You can do this on the side and do this, like, at your – while working 3 other jobs, while doing a 9 to 5. You can make this work and literally go to the top while doing all those things. But for me, this is just really the life that I wanted to live. So that being said, that's my story. That was, like, super long. But, okay, ask questions because it's going to be Q&A now. So I've seen Cassie say on Facebook that she reached 3,000 followers until she reached I'm like dyslexic. Until she reached 3,000 followers, her business didn't boom. Did you find that more followers you had, the more your business grew? Yes. So I have 4 accounts. Am I saying to make 4 accounts? No, you don't have to have 4 accounts, okay? But I'm a little crazy. And I actually got blocked on messaging when I was like a Ruby, and I was like, man, screw this. I don't have time to like wait around on Instagram to unblock me. So I just made another one. I used like a similar name, so instead of Allison, I put Allie. Nobody calls me Allie, but hey, like it worked. So I just put it on there, and I post the same exact things to each one. I message people the same on each one. I, follow people from different areas, so I try not to like add the same people. Does it happen sometimes? Yes. People are like, why are you posting the same thing? Why have 2 accounts? I'm like, what? Like, obviously I'm trying to grow my business, so leave me alone. Anyway, so yeah, I have 4 accounts. I recently just made the 4th one because I don't know, I feel like I could reach out to more people. So you really want to get a lot of followers. So don't pay attention to who's unfollowing you. If you pay attention to who's unfollowing you, you're just gonna sit there and like twirl around in your negativity. Like you're gonna sulk in negativity, and it's gonna hurt, and you're gonna be like, why is everybody unfollowing me? Listen, like they're either gonna come back. Just like I said, I watched my enroller. I was annoyed by her. I unfollowed her, and then I came back. And now, like, I'm gonna be a top leader. So, like, don't give up on people. Don't think, oh my God, I suck, because you don't. People just don't get it yet. So, don't give up on that. So don't pay attention like, oh my God, everybody's unfollowing me. Like, no, they're not. They probably weren't meant for your business anyway. And if they are, they'll come back. So, other than that, make sure you're constantly adding people. I don't use Captivate. I know a lot of people use Captivate. I don't. I just manually like go through people until it blocks me. I switch accounts. I go through people till it blocks me. I switch accounts. Go through people till it blocks me. Is it annoying? Yeah, but you want to grow your audience. So also, as far as following goes, keep your account on private, because chances are if somebody's following, if somebody has to like request to follow you, right? All they see is like your profile picture and like your profile picture and your like bio thing. So make sure you don't have like it works or like it works distributor, it works for life, like whatever. Like don't put that in your bio. You want people to see like, okay, this is a real person, I'm gonna follow her back. Chances are if they follow you back when you're on private, they're not gonna get rid of you because that's a lot of work. They have to like go to your page and like, you know what I'm saying? So don't make a business page like some distributors do it. I don't recommend it. I'm not saying don't do it. Like if it's working for you, then do what's working for you. But honestly, like being a private account works a lot better. Don't create a new Instagram, because when you do that, and I know it's stressful in the beginning because you're like, oh my God, I don't want to ask my friends and family for this, because you might even be embarrassed. You're like, oh my God, like I have this business, but I'm not really sure about it, like, because you're new, like, and that's okay, but don't like say, okay, well, like make decisions for people. Don't make decisions for people. Like if they're interested, they're interested. If they're not interested, they're not. So at least give them the opportunity, So anyways, I'm going to shut up and answer questions. Having a hard time balancing time. So honestly, like as far as time management goes, like, hold on, like I hear somebody's TV or something. As far as managing time goes, I was busy, right? So I got up very early and then I would make a post. So I just made it a priority. When you start making things priorities, everything changes, because it's not, yeah, I'll work my business if I have time today. It's like I have to put up a post or nobody's going to see anything and nobody's going to buy anything. That was my mindset. I was like, okay, if I don't put up a post today, people are going to see that I'm not consistent. People are going to see they have nothing to look at. They have, at least put up a post. If you don't have anything else, any other time throughout the day, put up a post, okay? Go to the Be Obsessed or Be Average page and copy and paste one, okay? If you're really in a time crunch, I see so many new distributors not posting, and it literally irritates me. I'm sorry, but it does, because it takes 2 seconds. And if you're not willing to put up a post, like, you can message people all day long, but if you're not posting, people go to your page and they're like, okay, what the crap is this girl talking about? Because she's not even posting anything about it. Like, they're going to go to your page and, like, try to do research themselves. If you're not passionate about something, why would they be? So as far as time management goes, like, wake up an hour early. What we do is so simple, guys. Don't overcomplicate this. It's so simple, okay? We take a message, we copy it, and we paste it, and it's literally copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. How easy is that? Come on. Now, I did this for fun the other day because somebody was saying, like, messaging takes too much time. I'm sitting here like, huh? Because honestly, I held down my message and I sent it to 10 people. It took me less than a minute. Less than a minute. If you don't have less than a minute, then I don't know how you're surviving, because you wouldn't even have time to shower. But, like, seriously, okay? So less than a minute. If you can send out 30 messages a day, like, let's say you're really pushed for time, at least do something. At least do something, okay? If you are so pushed for time, at least do something. When I had school, I'd literally do everything I can. You know how it goes with studying. You can't sit and study for 3 hours at a time. You take breaks. When you're taking a break, message 10 people. I would get to class early just so I could sit there and wait on the teacher and send out messages. So, like, if you're making this a priority, and as long as you're doing something every single day, you're going to get closer to your goal. But if you take, like, a break and you don't go, you go 3 days without messaging people, 3 days without posting, you're literally just setting yourself back. So at least do something, okay? During lunch breaks, whatever you need to do. Let's see. Is it hard to manage all your accounts? How is that working with Cleaner? You can run Cleaner for all accounts at the same time on cloud. So that's what I do. I pick one day and I go through, I'll show you. I go through my Cleaner and I put them all in cloud. Is it a lot with 4 accounts? Yes, but you have quadrupled the audience. Quadruple is 4, right? Anyways, so where's it at? Okay, so on Cleaner, you have this, right? And then you can go to accounts at the top, and it has all your accounts. And I just go through them, and I pick one day to clean them all out, because you want your ratio at least kind of even. At a certain point, it will block you from following new people because you have too much. So if you have like 5,000 followers and you're following 9,000, it's probably not going to let you follow anymore because you've like got your ratio too crazy. Make sure you're using Cleaner. I think it's like $5, but it basically shows you like everyone that's following you back. And then you can go in here and unfollow the people that aren't following you back. And it does it while you're doing other stuff. Like, guys, this is so easy. Like, everything we do is so easy. Don't make it hard. It takes 10 seconds to hold down, copy, and paste a message. It will take you probably 10 seconds to find a post and copy and paste it. If you're making a live post, I live post every single day. And, if you're at the point of live posting, I make it a priority to live post every single day because I know if I don't, I'm not going to have any new distributors. So I live post every single day, and I product post. Sometimes I post 4 times a day. Like, I literally don't care how annoying people think I am. Like, I want them to think that. So that way they're like, okay, what the crap is this girl doing? So, issues getting followers. Um, hold on, like I'm trying to read the comments. If you're having issues getting, like everybody, I think I followed, so I started my new account probably 2 weeks ago, and it was hard getting followers at first. So if you're starting a brand new account, which I don't recommend unless you're using your personal one also, it's hard to get followers at first. I think it took me following 1,000 people to get 100. So like, don't think, oh my God, like nobody's following me back because, you know, X, X, and X. It's just because it takes a while to build stuff up. So keep following new batches of people, and you're going to be fine. Like now I have 544 on that account. It's been less than 2 weeks. So make sure also your profile picture is something bright, something people can see, something that shows who you are, because that's the first thing people see, and like that thing's so little, so don't be like 1,000 miles back, you know, like pick a picture where it's bright, shows your face. Mine right now is like me and my boyfriend, but you can tell it's me and it's a bright picture. So, you know, people follow you, they look at your picture. They're either going to follow you and be like, what the heck? Or they're going to follow you and be like, oh, this girl looks cool. So, as far as worrying about what people think, honestly, like at this point, I don't care. And it still is hard because I'm like, oh, like people think I'm if you start getting feedback of people saying, why are you posting so much? Or like they're saying like mean stuff, you have to understand that they are lashing out at you because they gave up on something and they want you to give up too. Like it's nothing to do with you, it's everything to do with them. And you know, if you're starting to get bullied like that, you're doing the right thing, okay? Because you're working. When I start, like people start, you know, saying nasty stuff to me, I'm like, man, I love this because I'm one step closer to my goal. People are starting to notice me and I'm starting to get haters. So that's good. How do you say organize, keeping up with follow-ups? So personally, I have a planner. I did this when I was in school too, so I have a planner like this. And I think I got this at Target, like, looks like this. So what I do is I write down all my numbers that I talk to that message me back at night. Hold on, I'll show you an example. So like I wrote down, you know, all these people right here that I talked to that day about ordering products or about becoming a distributor. And that way the next day I can follow up with them all. So in the morning, I make it a habit. If I don't write this down, because every day I kind of get like unorganized. Like I'm probably the most unorganized person you've ever met, but I'm consistent. So like what I do is and this is not hard at all. I go down every single morning. This is the first thing I do before I put up a post. I will go back to my messages that say yesterday, like in the corner, y'all know what I mean. It says yesterday. I will follow up with every single person that I talked to yesterday, so that way it's fresh on their mind. So that way, you know, if we talked about ordering something, I'm not waiting until they respond, or I'm not waiting till Friday to follow up with them. I'm just being like, hey, did I catch you at a bad time? And then sometimes I'll say, did I lose you? Something like that. I mean, you can say, hello, are you there? Like, it doesn't have to be anything special. And then, but that's the first thing I do. I send a message. I turn my iMessage off so that I don't get blocked. So usually I talk to a good amount of people that day. Like, also, you want to make sure you're talking to a good amount of people, okay? Don't get 2 phone numbers and be like, nobody's answering me. You're only talking to 2 people, okay? Nobody's going to answer you if you're only talking to 2 people. Like, yesterday, I probably talked to over 30 people. So, I mean, that gives you some insight of like how many people you have to talk to actually get an order or actually get somebody responding to you. Don't give up on people. If they don't respond right away, it's not their time. If they don't order from you right away, it's not the end of the world. It's not their time, okay? They either don't have the money or they're not sure. If you keep posting, you keep doing your thing, they're going to be interested because you're consistent. So other than staying organized, I mean, the first thing I always do in the morning is I follow up with my new distributors, and then I follow up with my customers that I talked to yesterday. On Friday, I'll go through everybody from the week that I've talked to. If they still didn't respond, obviously. Let's see. How do you get more followers? You literally got to sit here and follow people. Like, follow people until your fingers fall off. I know it can get annoying to follow so many people and only get so many follow backs, but it's worth it. And once you start building your account, I feel like once I started building my account to like 2,000-3,000 followers, like I got more follow backs because people see that you like have a lot of followers. I don't know what that deal is, but I feel like I got more follow backs when I had more followers. So like just keep going with it. Keep, following people. Just don't get yourself blocked. Like if you follow a ton of people and keep getting blocked, it'll block you for like 3 days. So don't do that. Take breaks. I also use the reports to see who doesn't follow me back. Is that an app? Reports Plus? It's an app. Cool. So if anybody wants to give that one a whirl, do it. Whatever helps you guys. How did you get where you are with your mindset? Getting in funks, your work ethic, etc. Honestly, like I've always been wanting to get out of my situation. So like I've always worked hard because I know that if I stay in my situation, it's just going to get worse. So like, especially in the beginning, I was like, okay, like, do you want that new car or not? Are you going to sit here on your butt or are you going to get that new car? I would go, guys, this is crazy. But in the beginning, I didn't believe in self-development. Like I said, that month went by and like, I was like, what the heck? Like, it's just a business. And so then I started self-developing and I started watching. I think the first thing I did was watch The Secret on Netflix. And then that changed everything. So every single weekend, I went to the car dealership and I took a picture with a car, picked one out that I wanted, and I just felt what it would feel like if I was buying it. It might sound crazy to you, but I don't care. You will not get anything in life unless you work for it and feel what it's gonna feel when you get it. Just like, when you're in school, you're like, okay, I'm doing this because at the end I'm gonna have a degree and wow, graduation's gonna feel good. Like this is a natural thing that people do. Okay, so when you're going for a promotion, you need to think, oh my God, like, or whatever it is, you're going for your first 4 customers, you're starting your business, you need to think like, okay, how's it gonna feel like to have that? Or else you're not gonna like go after something that makes you feel bad. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna go after something that you want. It's gonna make you feel good. You deserve that new car. You deserve that degree. You deserve, whatever it is that you're wanting to attract. So that's why I went to the dealership every weekend and I like, I test drove cars. I was like, man, I want this. It was on my mind 24/7. So that really like helped my work ethic because I wanted so much and it just drove me faster because I was like, okay, I'm going to work hard so I can get this. Don't ever work for no reason, okay? And don't work for no reason. Don't sit here and message people because, oh, Allison wants me to message people, so I guess I'll try it. Don't do that for me or for anyone else, okay? You need to pick something you're passionate about. You need to find something that you're, wanting, some goal that you're trying to achieve, and then every time you're working, you need to say, okay, I'm doing this for so-and-so. When I went double diamond so that I could afford this apartment. I knew that if I didn't go double diamond, I would not afford this apartment. So like, That's what drove me. Anyways, I'm gonna stop rambling. So as far as getting in funks, like honestly, what I have to do is when I'm getting in funks, I haven't enrolled a customer in a few days. It happens to everyone, so don't think you're alone. Like just because, you know, somebody is Ambassador Diamond, they still go through times where they like don't get customers. They're like, oh my God, I suck. Like it happens. You get in your own head. Personally, what I do is I shut off my phone and I watch something on TV that's going to excite me. Or I do something fun and get my mind off of the business completely, because I feel like that helps. Because if you just sit and stress yourself out and get in your own head even more, it's not going to help you. What do you do once you get a number, give your site, and they just stop replying? I make sure that people are ready to order right then. Like I ask them, I walk them through everything, you know, here's the product, here's what it does, here's the price, you know, before that I'm like, here's the results, here's the 90-day challenge. Are you ready to order right now? If they're ready, then I send the steps. If you just send the steps, that's kind of on you because you didn't ask if they were ready to order. So make that something you do. Are you ready to order? I've noticed that my target audience is college girls. If you follow girls with thousands of followers, they most likely won't follow back. I've noticed that, and I noticed that if you follow people with private accounts, they're more likely to follow you back because they have to accept it and then kind of follow you back. Once you have a team, is it hard to be the leader they need? Like, do you ever get overwhelmed? Honestly, everybody gets overwhelmed, like especially, but it's rewarding. Like, do you want a team or not? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you want to go to the top by yourself or do you want to go with a team? It's rewarding, okay? You get to see these people promote. You get to make awesome new friends. Your team is like your best friends. So is it overwhelming? Yes, but you learn through experience, okay? So like I had no idea what being a leader even was. Like I said, I was the shy person in like the back of the room. Like I didn't think that anybody would ever like look up to me. Like I had self-doubt. But you know, like I just kept going. Have I made mistakes as a leader? Yes. Have I learned from them? Yes. So like everything is, you know, a learning experience, and you can't really prepare yourself for being a leader. It just kind of happens. And then, you know, you get stronger as you go. So, and it's so rewarding because you have all these people on your team. You know, this person joins your team, they go diamond, and then now they can afford, you know, the life that, you know, they didn't have before. And that's literally like when your team starts promoting, it's never about just you, it's about your team too. But when your team starts promoting, your life is going to change because you're like, man, I don't even care if I promote. I just want to see my team promote, because it's literally so crazy. Like when they reach promotion, like I don't know how to explain it. You're going to see when you get there. Yes, I use text replacements. So I use, so for example, if I type cold, just the word cold, it'll come up with my cold message, like automatically. If I do, my keto coffee and greens one is KG. If I type KG, it'll come up. If I do KGP, it'll come up with the keto coffee and greens price. If I do cleanse, I do cleanse S for cleanse script, pops up with the script. Cleanse P, that's cleanse price. You kind of have to learn it. It's kind of crazy. If you don't know what text replacements are, there's a video on that and I can help y'all. It's kind of hard to remember the text replacement that you saved it as, but once you get it, then it's good. Because then you literally don't have to like copy paste from like your notes, like copy paste. Like you just have the script right there when somebody asks for it. I mean, if people stop replying, like, honestly, you can't get upset about it because people will always ghost you. People will always mess with you. People literally, like this girl today literally had so many questions. She was like, is it FDA approved? Like, she was throwing so many objections. I handled them all. And then she was like, yeah, I don't have the money right okay, thanks for wasting 30 minutes of my time. Like, you can't look at it like that because, like, I wanted to be like that. And yeah, I was upset. I was like, man, that would have been a, what, $150 order. You just wasted my time. Like, no, she didn't waste my time because once someone's interested once, they're interested for life. So I'm not giving up on her. I will still follow up in a week or so when she will have the money because I know she's interested. And if somebody asks that many questions, they're going to come back. So, like, don't think you wasted your time because it seems like that at first. Throw your tantrum and then come back and be happy. So as far as following up, honestly, I don't think there's any magic follow-up. Well, I feel like the best one, if they really haven't responded in a long time, is, did I make you mad? Because most people will answer and they'll be like, oh my God, no, like you didn't make me mad. I just didn't see it. Sorry. And you know, like it's whatever. Like people, you got to understand that people aren't paying attention to their phones like you are. You're on your phone all the time. Somebody texts you, you're like, oh, it's a potential. They're not doing that, right? They're not on their phone like, you know, they're doing their thing. Like they don't run a business from their phone. So understand that people are like doing different things. So, yeah, I mean, it's whatever. Like people will literally. So this girl the other day came to me and she was like, "Yeah, I want to order." And I went through all the steps. Like she asked so many questions, and then she was like, "Oh, I just placed my order through another distributor. Can't wait to try it." I was like, "Bye." I was like, "Hope you have a great day." Like literally in a business, you have to understand people are going to waste your time. People are going to say they're interested and then ghost you. People are going to like do all this stuff, but you have to stay strong and you have to realize that you're doing this because you don't want an hourly salary, right? You don't want to live paycheck to paycheck. That's what this business can give you, but you know, you're going to have to go through those hard times. You're still like anywhere you go, you're going to have to deal with people that are not so nice, okay? Like go to McDonald's, go to literally anywhere. People deal with nasty customers. They deal with people that are like rude, okay? Go to literally any restaurant, okay? And there's always somebody. So like don't think, oh my God, it's just this business. Like no, go work a retail job. You're gonna find the same thing. 1099s, I save 25%, but do not reach out to your upline because don't start saving or worrying about taxes whatsoever until like you start making a good amount of money. This is about to end. So yeah, don't worry about those people. They weren't meant to be on your team anyway. So I hope this helped y'all. Sorry it's like cut short, but I guess I'm gonna go ahead and end it because it's less than a minute. But I hope this helped, and it's going to be recorded on YouTube if you want to share it with some distributors. So, bye.